The truth is that you're not the only one who's setting goals for 2025, being all excited and thinking you're gonna absolutely kill it this year. And the reality is that 99% of people are gonna end 2025 with regrets and not achieved goals. Here I just wrote a couple tips that helped me to achieve my goals in 2024, and I really hope they will help you as well. Okay, so all of you have goals, whether it's to start a YouTube channel, to grow like a business, to find a new job, to get like into a college. Those all are great, but you're never gonna achieve them if you don't have the baseline, which is yourself. And this is such an important step that most people forget, and that's why they don't succeed in pretty much anything. Because how can you expect to build something and to achieve some sort of a goal if you don't build yourself first? And what I'm talking about is mindset, is habits, is just discipline, anything that is related to you and stuff that will help you in any life situation. Because you can lose a job, you can not get into college, you can lose a business, whatever, but what you can't lose is your mindset. And I'm pretty sure if right now you're gonna go to a successful person and tell them that they have to start from zero, they're gonna be fine because they have themselves, and this is something that you can't take away from them. So first things first, invest in yourself, in your mindset, in your knowledge, in your skills, in your discipline. Because if your base is strong, if you have yourself, you can really do anything. And it is honestly so much easier if you know all of those tips, all of those like habit type things. If you know that all, like, it is going to be much easier for you to achieve any goal on your list. You need to get scared. You need to be really, really scared. Every goal can be achieved, but it is much, much easier for you to change your life if you are scared. There's obviously this like perfect picture that you have in your mind of your goal being achieved and you're kind of working towards it, but it is much, much better if you have something that you're running away from. A lot of those success stories are kind of like coming from nobody. I have zero in my bank account, I have like a family, I have kids, and I want to give them a better future. So those people are running away from poverty, from being broke, from bad countries. And if you are scared, if you don't have comfort, you don't have the safety right now, you are gonna get up, you are gonna go to work, because you don't really have a choice. And that is so important. Obviously, if you don't have it, it is hard to like artificially create it, but anything that can get you scared, as funny as it sounds, it is gonna help you a lot. A good example can be moving out of your parents or moving even to a new city, because you have to now pay rent, you have to be responsible, and that pushes you to make more money, that pushes you to grow, because you actually have to. It's like with food. If you can't cook, you're gonna learn it because you need it, So you can laugh on this step, but it is actually extremely, extremely helpful. That's why some of the people, you look at them and you're like, wow, how did you achieve everything? And he was like, I was so damn scared for my life that I had no choice to not achieve it, because they don't want to go back to wherever they came from. So like they have legit motivation. Now, after you built the baseline, you got absolutely scared. Now we need to think about the biggest distraction that like I found personally. I feel like that kind of makes sense. It is people. And I don't want to say a distraction, maybe that's the wrong word, but it's something that's most likely gonna make you fail. And specifically what I'm talking about is like people's opinions, the circle that you're in, their like lifestyle, all of that. People are like the biggest distraction, as bad as it might sound. And it is true, because it is our human nature, it is life, it is feelings, something that people are really, really drawn to, and it is really, really hard to like resist those things. So first of all, you need to look at your circle of the closest, like friends and family and people who you talk to, and you need to make sure that those people supporting you, or at least not making the situation worse. I feel like this is kind of obvious, but I'm gonna say it anyway. So if you're hanging out with the wrong people, if they're always into like partying and clubbing, like that is okay for them, that is what they're choosing, but don't be in that circle, because you're gonna become who they are, and obviously you don't want that if you have different goals. And I know it is hard. This is like the hardest probably thing on my list, because it is people, it is connections, it is something that's pretty deep to humans. And I've heard the phrase that it's better to be alone than with the wrong people, and that is true, but you have to be careful, because being alone for life, I don't think that's really cool. But being alone just for the period of time until you meet the right people, that is what's much better than hanging out with the wrong people, because then you're never ever gonna get away from those people. And you have to be not scared of having an empty plate with no friends kind of label, because that is so much better than being with the wrong people, because they are gonna influence, even if it's like a little bit, they're gonna still influence you, and that, like, we don't want that. So I feel like a good rule is being alone is like, it's not cool, but it's something better than being with the wrong people. And if you are alone, again, it's not an ideal situation, or like, you are never actually alone, but if you don't have those like close connections, it is not ideal situation for your growth, because you need that. Even if you're an introvert, you still like, it's still fun, and you still need those things in life. And the reason we are putting ourselves in that alone situation is that it's not because nobody likes us, it's because we are deciding to change the friend group. And sooner or later, you are gonna find, if you put an effort into it, the right friend group, and that is gonna just charge you so much and help you incredibly. Like unless you see it, you don't really believe that that's possible, but like, those people are out there, that's for sure. Now the next tip is, imagine you have like a magical wand, and whatever you point it at, that thing grows or becomes better. And that is the same thing with your attention. Whatever you focus on, that is going to be the thing that is growing. But it is very important, you can remember like the garden hose, it has like different like modes. One of the like the shower ones, and another one is like the jet, I think it's called, in mine at least, and that's like the small hole that shoots incredibly powerful. But it is very small, and that's exactly what we need. We don't want the shower at all. If you're putting your attention into way many things, you're never gonna achieve any of them, or you're gonna achieve, let's say, like 5% in everything. But if you only focus on one specific goals that you have a priority, you're gonna freaking achieve it, because all of your attention is there, all of your work, and that is incredibly powerful. I can't even say anything. You've seen the garden hose, it is very powerful. The 80-20 rule, I absolutely love it. It means that 80% of your work pretty much doesn't matter, and the 20% is actually what gives you the results. And a great example that I've heard is, just imagine like a chocolate chip cookie, and there's all this like bread type thing, and there's chocolate chips. So chocolate chips are the actions that actually bring you closer to your goals. And the rest, the bread thing, it's not really giving you anything. You are still working, but it's not like, you're not taking steps towards your goal. And like you understood, the chocolate chip is actually what matters, because we like saying that we're busy, we're always working, but a lot of the things that we do, they keep us busy, but they don't give us any like actual results. We all had that feeling when we're so busy all day, every day, but when you actually look at it, it's like, what did I do? Like, I don't even remember. Like, I've been busy, but nothing actually is accomplished from my goals. And that bread can be like grocery shopping, cleaning, and like watching videos, even if it's like educational. All of that is work. It is getting you tired, it is keeping you busy, but it is not helping you achieve the goals. So the 80-20, you need to make sure that you focus on the 20. You need to make sure that 20 is in the beginning of the day. You do that, then you do the rest. If you want to open up a t-shirt store, go and freaking do those things first, and then you do the rest. And then you do the cleaning, then you do the grocery shopping, then you start looking how to improve things. You start pinpointing on if you want to open up a YouTube channel. Don't spend like 3 hours trying to edit your first 5-minute video and then another 3 hours trying to create a perfect thumbnail. No, you just gotta do it. What matters is the chocolate chips, and ideally you don't have a cookie at all, you just have a huge giant chocolate chip. Now I want to say that what matters is everyday actions and activities. You are what you do every day. Your results in a year matters on what you do today, this hour. And it's hard to believe, but trust me, in December you're gonna go back and you will think, I had that 1 week off in January that didn't feel like a lot of time, but now I think what could have possibly been done and you didn't do it. So make every single day count. And on that note, you are what you eat, you are what you consume, you are what you do every single day. And the results that you're gonna end up in December with depend a lot on your sleep schedule, on your food, on your diet, on the amount of time you spend on TikTok. Even though, again, it doesn't feel like it's a big deal today to spend a couple more hours like resting and like a couple more hours staying up late, but then tomorrow you're gonna feel more tired, you're gonna wake up later, and like that just messes up everything. So remember, you are not only what you're feeding your body with, but also what you're feeding your mind with, and that needs to be consistent every day. Only in that way you're gonna achieve the goals that you set. And here's a bit of motivation that it is hard, like it is going to be hard. If you want to achieve something greater, if you want to be above the average, just like the famous phrase, you need to act not like the average. If you need different outcomes, you need to put different inputs Obviously, if there's a concert in your town and 90% of people go, you need to be the one who stays in and decides to work this year. This is like the delayed gratification. And the hardest thing for me is that on Friday night, when everybody's talking about their weekend plans, you have to be absolutely okay with saying that this weekend, just like any other weekend pretty much, I'm gonna be working on my dream. I'm absolutely comfortable with spending the couple years of my life right now trying to work on something that will be paying off for the rest of my life. And when you'll be seeing those people going out, just remember, it is fair. Whatever they're putting in, they're getting enjoyment. They're getting that right now. What you're putting in, that is gonna pay off just later. So it is fair. It's not like they're doing this and you are suffering forever. Like, just keep that in mind. I know it doesn't feel that in the moment, but you are actually getting much better results than they are. Okay, now good news. Let's just take a step back and take a look at the situation. This whole New Year thing feels so overwhelming, but like, why is it? If your goals are realistic and achievable, that shouldn't be. You don't have to overcomplicate it. Honestly, you do have a list of goals that you put, and then you have a list of actions that reflect to achieve those goals. That's it. All you gotta do is just show up and do those things. Yes, that is hard, but it is not impossible. It's not like I'm trying to like build this spaceship in one day and telling you how to stay motivated. Like, that's not really what it is. Like, you are actually capable of doing those things. Whatever you put on there, if that is realistic, that's all it is. Like, it's not that hard. Don't try to make it so big and be so anxious about like January 1st, now I have to do all of this and oh my god. No, if your goals are realistic and if your plan is actually doable, like, you are okay. You are working towards something greater, and don't overcomplicate it in your mind. Don't try to like shovel everything January 1st. Like, just take it easy because it is not that complex. You have the goals and you have the actions to achieve them. That's all it is. If you found any of these tips useful, please give me a like. I'm gonna really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more content like this. And okay, just listen to me. I know you can absolutely do it. It is not impossible. And just imagine the December version of you, how freaking proud it will be of you achieving all of those things and actually breathing out and finally saying, I did it. Like, how freaking proud I am of myself. I'm wishing you all the best. See you in the next year. Bye bye.